If you are a beginner or intermediate nutrition knowledge haver, then this video is for you. We're going to answer your questions, including what is it, why is it important, what foods have it, how much do you need, and how do you space it through the day. My name is Trevor Lomax. I have worked with hundreds of people just like yourself who want to lose fat, gain muscle, or improve their performance in the gym or on the field. If you have any questions about what I say in this video, please comment below so I can help you further. So you may be wondering, what is protein? Protein is a string of what are called amino acids. There are 20 amino acids in total, 9 of which are what we call essential, meaning that our body can't make them, so we have to eat them through food. Protein mostly comes from animal products like meat, eggs, and dairy, but it also comes from plant sources like soy and in lesser amounts from a lot of other foods. Protein is mostly thought as the molecule that builds, repairs, and maintains muscle, but it also has a lot of other functions such as immune health, bone strength, hormone production, and more. Because of all these functions, getting in adequate protein distributed properly throughout the day is hugely important. And the type of protein that we eat matters because of those amino acids that we talked about before. Many plant sources are what we call incomplete, meaning that they don't have all 9 essential amino acids. 2 plant sources that are complete are soy and quinoa. When a source is incomplete, it can be paired with another source of protein that has those amino acids that the first source doesn't have, so that you can have a complete protein, and this is called a complementary protein. For example, this can be a combination of legumes and grains such as peanut butter and bread or rice and beans. Animal sources of protein are not only complete, where they have all 9 essential amino acids, but they also have a better balance of those amino acids that is more similar to human muscle and therefore are more effective for the processes that we need protein for. The big thing to remember when you're choosing protein sources is that variety is always the best, because different sources of protein have different profiles of amino acids and have different profiles of vitamins and minerals that support our health as well. So for breakfast, you have eggs and Canadian bacon. Lunch, you may have a turkey sandwich. And for dinner, you may have steak or tofu. So how much protein do you need? The amount of protein that you specifically need depends on a lot of factors such as body size, body composition, and what your goals are. But we're gonna simplify things for the sake of this video. All of the recommendations of protein are based off of kilograms of body weight. So really quickly, grab your closest 4-function calculator that you probably don't have. So just grab your phone and we're gonna do a little calculation. So my body weight is about 180 pounds. And all we're gonna do to change this into kilograms is divide by 2.2. So I'm about 81.82 kilograms. And I typically round to the hundredths place just to make things a little bit easier with my calculations. So those who are looking to lose weight are really the only group that needs to eat a really high amount of protein in order to preserve lean muscle mass as we lose weight. If you're losing weight, you want to eat between 2.0 and 2.7 grams per kilogram of body weight. On the mid to lower end, this ends up being about 1 gram per pound of body weight, which you may have heard before. In reality, you may want a little bit more than that just to provide a greater level of satiety or a feeling of fullness from each of your meals. If you're looking to be healthy, improve your performance, or gain muscle, then the recommendation is a little bit lower and it comes out to 1.6 to 2.0 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight. And personally, I'd aim for about 1.8. That way, if you fall short on a specific day, that you're not really below 1.6. Take a second and calculate what that looks like for you, and that'll give you an amount of grams that you need to hit in the day. But how do we space this amount throughout the day for it to be most effective? One thing to remember is that as we look at the hierarchy of what's important when it comes to protein intake, total daily protein intake is the most important. So just getting that number that you calculated in each day is the most important thing, even if it doesn't follow this spacing that we're going to talk about in a second. But let's first talk about why it's important to space our protein throughout the day. Your body works like an on and off switch when it comes to using the protein that you eat. When you eat protein, your body flips a switch on where it allows it to use that protein for things like building muscle, supporting your immune system, creating new hormones, or any of the other lovely things that protein does for you. Over time, that switch turns off and your body goes into a mode where it's breaking down more proteins than it's creating. Your body will break down and use these proteins for things like energy or just turning them over and replacing them with newer proteins to keep you healthy. When we focus on spacing our protein out throughout a day, we try to keep that switch on as much as possible. If you are focused on building muscle, this is going to help you build the most amount of muscle as possible. If your goal is to lose weight, this is going to help you maintain as much lean muscle mass, aka muscle, as possible as we lose weight, which hopefully will end up being more fat. If your goal is to perform better in the gym or on the field, this will help you recover the most in between workout sessions. And if your goal is just to be healthy in general, this will help your body most efficiently use protein and keep you as healthy as possible. Now there's two ways that you can use to figure out how to space your protein throughout the day. The easiest and most customizable is taking your total daily protein intake that we calculated before and dividing by the amount of meals and snacks that you personally feel like you want to get in a certain day. And that will tell you how many grams of protein you should have at each meal or snack. And then maybe you can adjust your snacks a little bit lower and take some of that protein and add it to the meals to compensate. If you want to take it a step further with the science, then you can calculate how much your body can efficiently use per meal with this next equation. Just like we calculated our body weight in kilograms before, you're going to do that again, and then all you have to do is multiply by 0.55. This will give you a good target to aim for within each meal. Then you're going to take that total daily protein need that we calculated earlier and divide it by the number of grams that your body can efficiently use in one meal, and that will give you the amount of meals or feedings of that many grams of protein that you need to have per day. Then once you have that amount of meals that you need to have, then divide that by the amount of hours you are awake, probably about 16. Then it will tell you how many hours between each meal before you need to eat again to maximize the results from your protein intake. Whew, that was a lot of information. If you learned something from this video, or you just appreciate the amount of effort that I put into this one, please like the video so other people can see it, and subscribe if you want more. Next, we'll discuss another nutrition concept that will help you take confident control in your health. So stay tuned.